Let's queer up politics. New report shows lawmakers also targeting LGBTQ plus allies. A record number of anti-LGBTQ plus bills were filed and passed across the country this year. They collectively have the effect of marginalizing LGBTQ plus people and driving even their mention from the public square. A new report from the Movement Advancement Project, or MAP, makes clear this year's raft of bills also targets those supporting LGBTQ plus people, including doctors, teachers, and corporations that appeal to or embrace the community. Naomi Goldberg, Deputy Director and LGBTQ Program Director at MAP, said opponents are aware of the LGBTQ support of LGBTQ equality from Americans. As a result, they are creating a false perception of lower support by scaring people into silence. Families and doctors filed a federal lawsuit over one such bill in North Carolina. The bill prohibits gender-affirming medical care for those under 18, including treatment advised by their doctors and to which their parents consent. The law also prohibits state funds and Medicaid dollars from being used for such care. Doctors providing such care could lose their medical licenses under the law. Nearly 2/3 of bills targeting the LGBTQ plus community and allies this year included the loss of medical license or other professional discipline for defying anti-LGBTQ plus legislation. Last year, the number was less than 50%. You know, as somebody who's a licensed therapist, it's scary, right? It's very scary that if I'm just performing my craft, my job, my duty, right? And trying to do what's right by my patient, because I'm held to oath to do right by my patient, right? That I could get my license ripped away from me. It is very scary, very challenging. And, you know, as we said in the last segment, like, it's just hatred, and hate doesn't win here. And I think that this will eventually get overturned like other policies that are getting overturned.
Mm-hmm. I mean, also, I think that the narrative has been that the wave of anti-LGBTQ bills and things, and then targeting corporations who support our community. You know, we can use Target, we can use Bud Light, we can use, you know, any of those examples. It is a very, very narrow minority who is making a lot of that noise. And we need to do better as our community to come out in support of those companies. Right. I was just talking about this right ahead of the gallows. We were talking about, again, kind of our, you know, we have a lot of corporate sponsors, of course, and really what we need to do is we need to be a megaphone for the support we already get from those communities. You know, people were hanging out Target to dry. Target was one of the most progressive retailers for so many years that supported our community before they were selling merchandise in the store. They were giving benefits for same-sex partners. They were doing all the things that we would be advocating for. And then, you know, our own community tore them down in some ways for moving merchandise around the store when they were protecting their employees. So, you know, we need to do a better job of also being very vocal and supporting those companies that support us. Absolutely.
You know, I think, God, this is such a difficult story, because it affects us at home. Mm-hmm. It affects us every single place we do. And yes, they're attacking our doctors, and, you know, for whether it's to prescribe women's health, mm-hmm. or whether it's for trans treatment. They're telling school professionals to out their students. They're attacking the doctors that prescribe legal drugs for real treatments. They are attacking friends who help friends leave the state to go get treatment that's banned in a state. Mm-hmm. It's a terrifying time. And beyond the legal boundaries that they're trying to place on us, our allies are under attack by the people who these hateful people talk to. It was just a couple months ago that a woman had her store shut up and murders just because she had a pride flag. She has like 9 kids or something. And just because she said, I don't hate, I love. And she was attacked. And stories like that happen across the country. And we try to report as many as we can, but unfortunately, we can't keep up with it. From the attacks on our trans sisters and brothers, to our children, to our drag entertainers, to people who just want to be who they are, mm-hmm. and they're being told they can't, and they don't know if the person walking towards them on the street is going to attack them or not. So between the legislatures and these so-called lone wolves, we're not in a safe space. And stories like this just help us focus on that and hopefully gives us a foothold to help us propel ourselves forward and get out of this dark cloud.
Keep watching the only television news in the world from our LGBTQ plus community and stay informed on everything that is important for and about our diverse LGBTQ plus community.